Hey folks, Les here from 6S1 with Brent, Disciple 3D, and just doing a quick little demo here to kind of showcase some features of a new kit that we're putting out that is called Demon Israfel. And unlike a lot of character kits and things like that, where where what you buy is what you get, this is actually designed to give you both a completed character and a set of modular character overlays that still incorporate the same set of textures as the base character, and add some little bells and whistles to it. So, but that will all make more sense when you see it in action. So what we're about to do is bring in just any Genesis 8 female character and kind of show you how this adds this possessed demon idea. It's good for Halloween stuff and horror stuff because we love that. How to add that onto any existing character. So I want to pick something that's really going to show up on the screen really well. So let's grab Monique. So we'll just load up Monique. She is going to come in weird, so it'll be fine. Just everybody chill. I don't know if this would be seen anywhere. Would that be a problem? But so.
Oh, I'm offended.
Oh, you're offended. Yep, not safe for work. Not safe for work. So here I have, now you'll notice we don't have our final rendered thumbnails on this yet. That's okay. When you folks buy this, which you should, you'll see, it'll be all pretty then. But basically what we have here under Disciple 3D, there is one preset. It says Demon Israfel, and that actually loads a G8 figure in and sets everything up on her without using the geoshell systems and overlays and stuff like that. The overlays and all that are for when you want to turn an existing character into someone who's becoming possessed by this thing. This is kind of a full possession. So under Demon Israfel, though, in your library, there's a folder. And in that folder, you'll see all these little presets. They'll say Demon Israfel, add arms, 10%, 50%, 100%. Same with the head, legs, and torso. So let's zoom in on her face because that's a really appropriate place to see what's up there. And then I'm going to turn on iRay so that you can see the effect. Really just shows up better there. It's not as just painted looking in the viewport, and have a nice little HDR in place. And so just with her selected, I'm going to load in Demon Israfel add head 100%. What this is going to do, it's going to add the sculpted shape on top of whatever character shape you have there. Then it's also, the head setting also is going to add in a secondary set of teeth that are really kind of cool when you go open in the mouth. And it will layer the materials and textures on top of her with this kind of, it'll sort of taper out through this veining effect. So let's load that up and give it a second, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so there you can see already it's stacked that shape sculpt on top of her.
That's super cool how it maintains her shape, but just adds the extras right on top of that shape.
Yep, and then there you can see how it's added all the other stuff. Okay, well, let's turn it around here just because I like the lighting there. I know it's kind of dark, but I think that it shows the sculpt and the shape really well. And so then, yeah, I really dig that sort of thing. And then from there, let's go over to the pose controls on the character's head. And of course, this is all just the standard stuff. And let's open that mouth so you can see what all's going on. And then I really like using open mouth in conjunction with the lips closed, bare teeth, because you drag that to the left, and you can see all that stuff.
Vicious.
And sometimes, depending on how extreme the character shape is that you're stacking this on top of, when you dial some of this in, the extra teeth may conflict a little bit with the lips. So there's another morph included. And if we drill into actor, head, face, mouth, fantasy sci-fi, you'll see there's this other morph up here. It says Demon Israfel lips for extra teeth. Okay, and so
Oh,
if we
nice.
we run that up, that just gives you something to help compensate for that sort of thing. So I liked the concept of the character from some of the photos and stuff. This character is based on a character that Brent had actually used appliances and makeup to build for an indie film that he worked on some years ago, and we wanted to do something in like not exact to it, but something along those lines that kind of borrowed from the idea. And then as I was working on it, I really wanted to add in some kind of 30 Days of Night style secondary kind of sharky teeth to it.
Yeah,
So,
I can't tell you how much I love the extra teeth. That's really cool.
yeah, I really dig that sort of thing. I was just rewatching the first It movie last night, and there's plenty of times when Pennywise has those kind of teeth. So, since the second one comes out tonight, I don't know, something about that. People really dig that sort of look, and I thought that'd be something nice to include on this. So, but yeah, that gives you a quick look at how this stuff works. Now, I don't want to go through and show all of them because there's still different settings here, and that would take a while. But just like the presets say, this is one of the things that's kind of nifty about this. Actually, let's go ahead and do one of these. Okay, let's just restore the head back to her original shape. Then if you want to remove any of this, because it really isn't a way to do removal settings for something like this. If you want to remove this, then you just come into your scene tab and you'll find where it says Demon Israfel head overlay, and then the teeth. If you just grab those and delete them, that's all you have to do to remove it. It doesn't actually do anything to the underlying figure at all. So now, just for the sake of demonstration, let's show you what it does if we load the 50%. Okay, so we load 50%. There you'll see it's not as extreme with the shape stacking, and then the texture is 50%. If we do the same thing with 10%, okay, 10% is really subtle. So you can see it's starting to show up there.
Only slightly pissed off.
Yeah, it's only slightly there. Now, if you wanted something of a value between 10 to 50 or 50 to 100, I can show you really quickly the way to get that. So here you can see the shape is there and the stuff's starting to appear. Actually, it looks better in IRA than it does in the regular viewport. In the regular viewport at 10%, you can barely see it. So if you wanted to dial up a little more of that texture, then you just click on the overlay in your scene tab. That way you can select it. Those are non-selectable typically, so you have to select it from here. And then we'll go to surfaces, and we'll just, if I make sure this is set to selected items only, and then I hit currently used, that will select anything that has a value in it. And so here you'll see cutout opacity is at 10.10. So if I dial that up to like 30, that's where you can dial that up. It's actually really easy to dial that stuff in yourself. I just wanted to include some presets because I thought that was kind of nifty.
And you could mix and match surfaces, right? Like if you wanted this, but with the eyes all the way, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could
the scleral surface and the iris.
Yeah, you could just go in and grab the materials for the eyes and change that. It's very easily customizable. And just the same, this is kind of another little, I don't know if I'd call it an Easter egg or just a hidden feature or what, but these presets dial up the head, or the head presets dial up the entire head and mouth, but the head and mouth are actually separate, as separate shapes. So something else that we could do here is, let's come into head. Let's see, head, where's that? Fancy sci-fi. So, where'd that go? Sorry, bear with me just a second. Here it is. So if we dial that head all the way back, you'll see all that's gone. But we could go into fantasy sci-fi under the mouth and do just the mouth.
Not neat.
Now, if we do that, this is what's really kind of slick about this. What I think is kind of neat. Let me just, I'm going to add that to my favorites, so that's really easy to pop up. That way I can work with this other stuff here. Let's go down to the mouth, and we'll open the mouth up. Okay, now right now you see there's no special teeth in there. You know, the extra teeth aren't showing. We have just a little bit of the texture set up on her. Let's zoom in just a touch. Now, let's dial up some of.
Looks like she's been infected. She's transforming.
Mm-hmm. So then, dial this up so you can see the teeth and everything through that. Okay, that's fine. Now, if I come back up here to mouth under fantasy sci-fi, if I dial in Demon Israfel mouth, you should start to see. There we go. The secondary teeth start to appear with just that mouth. So, trying to. My video card's getting a little laggy at the moment, so here we are at like just under 50%. And there you can see those extra teeth start popping out of the gums at around 70%.
Wow.
And then at 100%, they come the rest of the way out. So if any of the folks who are using this wanted, you could totally animate all that stuff, and you know, it's something. Actually, it might be kind of fun to do a little animation test of my own with it at some point, and then do a little tutorial on how to blend that together. Because there's actually a really easy way that is not even inside Dash Studio. I would basically animate the character and animate the shape change and all that, and render it twice. Render it once with all of the character, the demonic texture set at 100%, and render once without any of that, and then just literally just do a faded transition, because with the shapes and everything changing and all that stuff changing in exactly the same space, then that textural change would just blend really well in video. So, but yeah, all that kind of stuff is there, and you know, it's.
So, in the interest of illustrating the the full Monty, throw it on like a centaur or a baby or something like that.
Well, no, it definitely would not work
because of the
geoshell,
right? But I mean, as far as
although we could do, let's load the female centaur, and this is totally experimental right now. I know the legs and torso would probably conflict with the female centaur. Though I don't know, maybe not. That I'm thinking the centaurs. The way Daz has built these centaurs, there's some tricksy stuff they've pulled under the hood that I really dig, because I get into that kind of thing. So in theory, I should be able to load a character skin onto, and this is a little trick of mine. Like I've got her, because that's a G8 female, loaded right there as part of the centaur. If I hold the control key and double click on Monique, then instead of loading that character standalone, I can choose the stuff that I want to add. So let's do that and give that a second, and that should blend right in with their centaur, which is pretty cool.
I love G8.
G8 is solid. I mean, G8 is primarily why I started working with Daz again after a lot of years. So there, we've loaded her on like that, and now we should be able to go into my Demon Israfel, and let's do the head. Throw the head on there. That should work. Yep, loads right on. Then let's see. I'm wondering if how bad the torso is going to conflict. It might conflict. We'll see.
Hey, wow.
I mean, it's there. I'm wondering, though, if that's transparency sorting that makes that hard line show up, or if it's just the depth of my geoshell is a little high. I'm thinking it's probably the depth of my geoshell. Let's see. But there's all kinds of nifty stuff in the way that they built the centaur. You might even be able to expand the centaur shape out get it to blend up over that. We'll see. We'll see. In iRay, that'll really tell us what's going on.
This is alchemy, man. Alchemy. NAS Studio alchemy.
So I'll give this a second because it's got a lot to load in with that centaur shape loaded up. Oh, no, it does. It blends right in.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm in awe of that, dude. That looks so awesome.
Yeah, blends right on in there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I bet just go away. Let's see. Centaur shell. I want to get rid of both of those. And that. Let's take her back to her original dealio. And I'm betting I can do the same sort of thing here with my character preset and get the whole thing. So let's do all on that. That should give it the teeth. Should throw everything in there. And this is kind of cool to do it this way because the character preset version doesn't use geoshells at all. It's actually on the figure.
Right.
So like I know that should work well. Yep.
It's like a perfect harpy.
There you go.
Well, I call that amazing.
I'm digging it. I think that's pretty cool. Turned out rather neat. So I'm going to switch this over to the scene where I'm rendering thumbnails, and you'll see kind of the finished character with some hair and stuff loaded on in all her glory.
I mean, it just like, you know, leads naturally to like things like your Medusa hair and stuff like that. Like it's the whole fantasy Jason and the Argonauts feel of that, you know. Which really, it's in my mind, you know, more in the demon vampire like realm. But like you could just go anywhere with it.
Yeah, all that stuff's so interchangeable. I mean, it's part of why I dig it. So let's let this load up. Ira's going to cook on this for a second. So. Yeah, it's kind of neat though, you know, setting this up this way because then you could have like a hero character, and I don't know, say you're doing something, some kind of a story or something. You want to illustrate something where character's gotten infected by something. You load on just a leg or just the arms, and go that route with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was real happy. I was poking around and I found it's actually a G3 hair that I just tossed on, let it auto convert. And then applied a black material to because it's very similar to the actress that was in the original short film.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I thought that would really be kind of a neat thing is be able to see that taken to that degree.
Yeah, I picked up on that right away. Which bikini is that?
I don't even remember.
Is it deforced or not?
I doubt it.
Okay.
TBB, whatever that is.
Tiny black bikini? No.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's yeah. It's something that something I got as a PA at Daz. So.
Well, cool. That's an awesome demonstration of the flexibility of this character kit.
I think folks will dig it, and just in time for Halloween. So, all right. Well, I guess that's pretty much it for that. So, I'm done. How about you?
Absolutely. You guys buy 2 copies.
Yeah, buy 2. All right. Catch y'all later.